So, can you tell me a story about Prodigy that maybe fans would not be aware of? Maybe how he was to travel with or tour or something?
Mm, a story about Prodigy that I can say. Well, I remember a story. I remember one time we went somewhere. We was performing in this particular country, and somehow some fan had got backstage and was kind of disgruntled and mad about our performance and thought that we should have performed longer. And he was kind of threatening to, steal somebody's chain or whatever. The
Oh,
security
wow.
didn't get him from back there. Finally, ultimately, they kicked him out. But Prodigy grabbed some kind of little metal thing from somewhere. I don't know where he got it from. He crumpled it up and just for protection. And as we was walking outside, the guy was standing there, and Prodigy busted him across the face, and the guy was just leaking blood. And that's one thing I can say about P. He had a lot of heart. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. So, when we talk about the greatest rappers of all time, everybody has an opinion, and there's really not a right or wrong answer. It's kind of opinion based. But can we put Prodigy in that category?
Absolutely. I mean, you could absolutely put Prodigy in that category. I mean, he was one of the illest lyricists around. You know what I mean? He was
Definitely.
going so with the best of them. And anybody that's in the top five of the '90s and the early 2000s, you could ask those top five artists if Prodigy belongs in the top five, and I'm sure 90% of them would say yes.
I know a lot of people that I've spoken with, I've interviewed. If I say who are some of your favorite rappers of all time, a lot of times Prodigy always is in that list, top five, like you said. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what would make him one of the greatest of all time?
What would make him one of the greatest of all time is his consistency with dope verses. Period. His consistency with dope verses and his opening lines to verses was a hallmark of his, right? His opening lines would be the first thing that would pull you in, and then he'll be consistent throughout the verse, just captivating you with what he was saying.
Yeah. Mobb Deep, you guys both are such an articulate group. Like, I could literally close my eyes and listen to an album, and I feel you're telling me the story or I'm watching a movie. Did you guys have a goal of that, or how did that work out?
Nah, I mean, I just it came with the territory, it's a vivid picture because everything around us was so vivid that how could we not, when we finally wrote, not be vivid in what we was writing.
Do you guys have a lot of unreleased music that you might be releasing at some point?
Yeah, I've been, talking to Prodigy's family, his estate, and they I think they feel that it's finally time to make a Mobb Deep album, so everything kind of really hinged on them. You know what I mean? And but you have to, I had to give the family time. You know what I mean? It's not
Of
about
course.
Mobb Deep. It's about them. They lost somebody truly special. You know what I mean? Their father. You know what I mean? A husband and a dad and all of that. So it wasn't. I know the fans always love instant gratification. Like, when you gonna put a Mobb Deep album out? When you gonna put a Mobb Deep album out? But they forget that you know um, that Prodigy's family is still in mourning, and they will be for a long time. So, you know, we have to give them their space, and whenever they say it's time for a Mobb Deep album out, a Mobb Deep album out will come.
Excellent. So, do you guys have music that was unreleased going back to the early or mid 90s that you could possibly put on a new album?
Yeah, we got tons of unreleased music. You know what I mean? Music that people, if they heard it, they probably think it sounds outdated, but to the true fans, they'd be like, "This is what I want to hear." You know what I mean?